On now to another guest who's joining us, Mr. Peter Baum, who's an International Affairs Editor of the weekly Place. He's joining us from the UK. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time as well and for patiently waiting. I want to understand from you, sir, firstly, how are you looking at these Monday salvos that are going on between Tehran and Tel Aviv? Do you believe that this is something that had been in the offing? Because since April, there has been a very fragile ceasefire. But Tehran now has made sure that after that Beirut attack, they launched its missile, and then Tel Aviv retaliated. So I want to understand firstly, how are you looking at these fresh strikes?
Well, I think your previous guest rather elegantly and eloquently explained the situation currently, and I can't think of anything that I would say to contradict that, except for one thing. I have been in contact with contacts in Iran, and Israel has attacked at least 4 cities in Iran, not only Tehran, but Isfahan, Tabriz and Khorramshahr. And although, as your previous guest said, the damage has not inflicted has been almost contained, would be the right word. If the Iranian missiles continue and one of them successfully creates a lot of damage within Israel, then I don't think the Israeli government nor the Israeli population would want anything other than to go back even harder. So if these tit-for-tat exchanges are contained, then I think your previous guest was absolutely right in what he was saying. But if they continue and the damage is exacerbated, then I think we'll see a prolonged war, which clearly the Trump administration does not want. Now, why has this come to why we are where we are? Well, I think it's because Israel felt emboldened in attacking Hezbollah targets over the last month or so, and has successfully diminished Hezbollah's activity. Although they're still strong, they're not as strong as they were militarily. But Israel has paid a price for that. There have been a number of deaths in the IDF in the last couple of weeks, and that's very traumatic for the Israeli nation as a whole. It was interesting that yesterday, Joseph Aoun, the Lebanese president, had spoke with Christiane Amanpour and CNN and absolutely admonished Hezbollah and Iran, saying, you are dragging us into this war. We have nothing to do with this. We don't want anything to do with it. And you're using Lebanon as the excuse to create global havoc. That was a very, very interesting statement. Unfortunately for Lebanon, she does not have the military capabilities to do the job that Israel is doing, and that is to dilute Hezbollah's influence militarily. The Trump administration and the Israelis would only be too pleased if the Lebanese government had the military competencies to challenge Hezbollah as Israel is doing. Iran recognizes that, and don't forget, Hezbollah are probably the last proxy that has the capabilities to damage Israel militarily. It seems that Hamas do not have those capabilities anymore. Neither do the Houthis, despite the bluster and rhetoric, and neither do the Iraqi militias. And Syria certainly doesn't, or doesn't want to, given the metamorphosis that Syria has undergone in the last year or so. So Hezbollah is the last remaining proxy that Iran has invested years in funding militarily, politically, propaganda, etc., etc. The Hezbollah is the one remaining proxy that Iran is trying to rely on to inflict as much damage on Israel. They call Israel the pariah state, that she can. And Israel has recognised this, and that's why she, in the last month or so, tried its best to dilute the power of Hezbollah, which she has done, but to the point that Iran could take it no longer. She had to support the proxy Hezbollah, using Beirut as the excuse that if Israel bombs Beirut, then Iran will get involved.
So I want to then understand, is there a space for negotiations?
Yeah, of course. There's always a space for negotiation. What I think will bring Iran to the negotiation table will not be the military capabilities of either herself or her proxies, but the dire economic situation she's currently finding herself in, and that's in a spiralling downward trajectory. Make no mistake about that. We're also approaching the summer months where the temperatures in Iran and across the country can get up to 45 plus degrees centigrade, and Iran is under a severe shortage of both water, agricultural products, and medicine. If this continues, and if the weather in Iran carries on its usual summer trajectory, then I think the Iranian economy won't be able to bear too much more of this, and I think it will be the economic situation that will bring certainly Iran to the negotiating table.